Welcome to the Swamp, home of the Florida Gators, and we've long been told it is here that only the Gators get out alive. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Gators will kick it away first. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The give to the back. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Still on his feet at the 45. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
I don't know who on defense.
Another.
For this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
The Gators are moving quickly down the field.
Jackrabbit.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. From the red zone, looking for a man. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. They'll run the option. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Gators will try to punch it in on first and goal.
Slide 22. Slide 22. Black 24. Black 24.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
Third and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep.
Here we go.
From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's going to run it. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. Auburn lines up quickly.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Looking to go up top on first down. Quarterback moving. Or did he find a hole in the defense? And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
As a defensive guy, then, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with a...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And when you get closer to this area near the red zone and closer inside the 5 like you are here, it's tough to throw certain routes, right? Like you need to throw those slants. You need to throw those fades. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hands really, really quickly because you know you're going to get some pressure from that defense.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Coming after it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Auburn. What a run for this playmaker to just elude the defense and get in for the score.
And I tell you what, defensively, you can't let this guy get on the edges. You cannot give up contain with your defensive ends. You got to stay outside. You got to make sure you know this guy's going to scramble and try to make plays, and you got to make sure you keep him in the pocket.
Fair catch, called for and made. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger. He's going to let it go. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Florida! What a grab and go for the score.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This should be the last play of the quarter. The jet sweep pass. Got a lot of running room. The 40. They finally make the stop, but what a way to end this first quarter after that fantastic play.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida 10, Auburn.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Keeping it on the ground with the running back.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in these football games.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. It's complete.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
3rd and short now from their own 48. Here comes the option. Now the toss. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't Olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Can't get him to the ground. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys playing with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making a tackle.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. They're trying to get to it. He throws one to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. Auburn doing business in the red zone. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Bringing the heat. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Auburn! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns.
Going deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Now facing a third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got the back over the middle. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. All wideouts, no backs. Going up top on first down. Getting some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And they get the sack, but they knew it was a pass. You go nickel, you're bringing more speed on the field, more DBs. You let the pass rush eat. Everybody communicates, right? Like you understand by formation, by tendency, they're throwing the football. Nice job by the defense understanding what the offense was trying to do.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Paul.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A-game to...
And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Not only do they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception, they've got guys turning their heads, and they're looking for blocks. They're looking for people to get a hat on down the field. And with that INT, they now flip it. That could be a big point swing in this game.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. He's got the back in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Motion from the offense. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He'll try to do it himself. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. It is perfect. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
They'll throw it on first down. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. Complete downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
On the move. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Grabbed in the middle, it's Buck. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Gators have taken it inside the 20. They'll try to get it through the air. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Gator! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
After the touchdown, if they could get this too, we'll have a tie ball game. He's looking to throw. And they almost came up with that pick in the end zone. What a stop that would have been. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He's going to bring it out from deep. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game.
Can anyone catch him? And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. From the gun, the running back has it. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one play.
To the ground with the back. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. He now has 85 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. They'll run it from the gun. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Direct snap. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the running back. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. From the gun, running back gets to give. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
He's knocked down at the 7-yard line. 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll give it to the back. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They put together an 81-yard drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it.
19.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot.
He's got it on the left. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the
pass on the way. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Auburn 28, Florida 8.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Give to the running back. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football.
And he breaks into the open. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Trying to find his man on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. Snagged in the middle. It's marked. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And the Gators want to pick up the tempo. He'll come out throwing on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you've got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
You know, it's one... early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
How do you not love the guts of this offense? Fourth down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. And he's going to run it back. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's going to fire to the left. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
Listen, the enemy is the clock, right? You're down by 2 scores. You got to make something happen. Really, really good job by the defense, forcing the turnover, getting the ball back to your offense. Now you got to go score, and I got to get one more stop.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target. And then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Dumps it off in the flat. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Got it.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
Down 55 feet. Down.
Quarterback checking off.
Ready, go.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. It's complete.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are. And they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Flare. Flare.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. The Gators headed quickly to the line. Wants to pass. Touchdown, Gator! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. Just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some win. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back, keep that momentum going.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he is brought down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They've got them pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Buying some time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the 4th quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. You got to make plays. You got to get that football back.
This offense has a 2nd down play. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Here comes the offense on second down. Snap it to the back. Nothing but green ahead. The 20.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. They go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Calls his own number. Touchdown, Auburn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's taking a deep shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Yeah, I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Using the quick game. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Marks. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He'll just keep slinging it. Finds his man. It's Buck. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. He wants to pass it on second down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. They're going for the big play. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ballgame. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
On the option. Now the pitch. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for two fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further.
That keeps the score. Auburn, 43. Florida, 39.
Looks as if they're sending the normal kickoff unit out there, but you have to send the hands team out and try an onside kick at this point. Fair catch called for and made. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
So that's going to do it for us.